पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। Vishwarupa Yoga is this 11th chapter, which we have been studying for last 7 or 8 classes, if not more. And in the long series, this morning, Wednesday in India, it is 234th class. We have gone up to the 23rd verse, and we have been studying this along with the great commentary Bhāshya by Sri Shankaracharya. Let me read the 23rd verse once more. Rupam mahatte bahuvaktra netram Mahabaho bahubahurupadam Bahudaram bahudanstrakaralam Drishtva lokaha pravyatithasthathaham. These verses in longer meter called Trishtup bring an extra charm to the poetry being put here by Vedavyasa, I suppose. Whatever Arjuna expressed has been very appropriately expressed here in these verses. Mahat Rupam, your magnificent form, having so many faces, so many eyes. And O mighty armed Sri Krishna, what may I say? Your form has countless arms, bahu, countless thighs, uru, countless feet, pada, bahu udara, so many obviously other parts of the body like belly, danshtra, certain teeth coming out of those mouths in numerous forms. Sri Krishna appears here. Karala, they are so frightening. Lokaha pravyatithaha. All those who are watching this, within that scenario, there are many spectators too, it seems. They are so agitated. And I am watching, thanks to this Divya Drishti given to me by your grace, and aham api pravyatitaha. I am also agitated. I asked for it, but I am almost regretting now, for I can't bear this terrifying sight before me. We saw the Shankara Bhāshya also, but there is a question Tatra idam karanam. Question is kim karanam? What makes you guys agitated? Why are you frightened? Shankaracharya says the cause for their agitation or unrest, discomfort is this. The 24th shloka explains. Nabhasprusham deeptamanekavaktram varnam. Nabhasprusham deeptamanekavarnam vyattananam deeptavishalanetram दृष्ट्वा हि त्वां प्रव्यथितान्तरात्मा धृतिं न विन्दामि शमं च विष्णो. Simple but very beautiful, very poetic. Your huge form sprashati, touches the heavens. On the other end, of course, it touches the ground. Nabhasprasham, deeptham, and it is so lit, so bright. Anekavarnam, having countless colors in it. Vyattananam, having countless mouths in those various faces, and all of them are open. Vyatta means open. Anana is face. And in the Bahuvrihi Samasa, it is not single Anana. That Rupa, which has countless mouths that are open. So when you describe that, we call it Vigraha Vakya. Vyattananaha means Vyattani Ananani. Millions of mouths are open, but the form is one. Therefore, the compound goes to singular. So, Vyattananam Tava Vishwarupam Drishtva Deepta Vishala Netram. Broad, wide eyes, Vishala Netra, and they also are radiant. Seeing this form, Tvam Drishtva Evam Prakarena Pravyatita Antaratma. Inside me, I am in much commotion, much disturbed I am. I don't know whether I wanted to see this. He is certainly having second thoughts, and you will see in a couple of verses Arjuna with bowing his head with folded hands. He requests Sri Krishna to wind up this and appear in the normal, simple form in which Arjuna had always seen him. Dhrutim na vindami. I am not able to hold myself. Dhruti is dharana. Dhruti is when we remain stable, even when we are doing something and obstacles come. Things go differently from the way we had thought. If we don't give up, if we don't yield easily, we persist, we persevere. That is dhruti. There is a very famous shloka in the Dharma Shastras, like Yajnavalkya Smriti and many other Smritis. Dashakam Dharma Lakshanam, that's how the shloka ends. The very first value that is given over there is dhruti. Dhruti kshama damosteyam shauchamindriya nigraha and dhir vidya satyam akrodaha dashakam dharma lakshanam. All speakers quote this on various platforms. These 10 are the main characteristics of living a life of dharma. The word dhriti has various implications. Those writers and speakers who talk about how some people succeed in this world. Out of 100, 2 or 3 succeed. 97 or 96 fail in this world. Why? Those 97, 98 do not have dhruti. They give up, they yield. And another context is they yield not just to the obstacles that have come their way. They yield to some digressions, distractions. A student studying for an examination, suddenly remembers, oh, there is some ice cream over there in the kitchen. Yields. Moment he goes, he gets that thought, he goes. Whereas those who succeed also love ice cream, they will eat it, but they hold back. Scott Peck, in his very popular book, The Road Less Traveled, says one common characteristic of all successful people is they are able to delay gratification. The student who studies well doesn't deny to himself the ice cream, but he delays it. Let me complete this chapter, then I'll go and have my ice cream. Therefore, dhruti. Dhruti is staying on, staying put. To use a colloquial expression, they say, hang in there, hang in. Don't fall off. Hang in there. The word hang is used in so many expressions. I also don't know all of them. Hang out and hang up and hang in and hang together. And maybe some abusive forms also of it. Let me not go into them. But dhriti is when you are able to remain stable. Who among us do not face obstacles? Whether you are into some work project or you are trying to just sit quietly on a hill, obstacles come. Those who try want to just be aloof have some obstacles, such obstacles. Then they regret, I should not have sat like this. Like others, I should have got into some work. And those who get into work meet with obstacles and then say, I should not have taken up this work, this project, this all this. Like that other guy, that other lady sitting so quietly on the hill or below a tree, I should have kept away from all this. The Adhyatma Vidya smiles at all of us. The problem is not with work or having no work. The problem is how you see it. How you see the work, the challenge, the difficulties, how you face criticism by people, how you face various threats. That is the deciding factor. If you have dhriti, then the challenges are converted into opportunities. If you do not have dhriti, the ability to hold yourself, stay on the path, once there are challenges, you buckle down and you run away from the place, maybe. Anyway, Arjuna uses a very appropriate word, dhritim na vindami. I am known for tremendous courage, tremendous steadfastness, but this morning, as the war is about to start, I am unable to stand. I am unable to stand erect. As you see, or as you saw in the first chapter, he said, the bow, Gandiva is slipping from my hands. Whole body is trembling and I'm sweating and my hair are standing on their ends. I see bad omens all around me. There's a long list of so many disturbances. So second time here he seems to be going through that. Shamam na vindhami. Shama is same as Shanti. I have lost my peace. Hey Vishnu. Oh Vishnu. Oh Sri Krishna. Calling Sri Krishna as Vishnu here. Vishnu, as all of you know, also has a word meaning that is all pervading, of vast powers, of vast skills, of vast qualities and virtues. Shankaracharya explains Navasprasham means Dyu Sparsham. Dyu is the basic word which when you put into what they call vibhaktis, Dyauhu Dyavau Dhyavaha, and then Divi, seventh case would be Divi. Those who live in heaven, you may say Divi Vasanti. But Dew is the original word. So in the compound, just the original crude, undeclined form appears. Dusparsham, it touches the heavens in the, up there. And Deeptam Prajwalitam, your form is so lit up, so radiant. Anekavarnam, Acharya Shankara very patiently gives the Bahuvrihi Vigraha Vakya, how a compound is explained. All languages have compounds. Sanskrit has plenty of them. Sometimes a compound may have 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 words all put together. Like in chemistry, you have single atoms, and then two atoms join, you get a molecule. 3 atoms of 3 different elements, several atoms of several different elements, hydrogen, chlorine, or oxygen, etc. They all join, then that's called a compound. The building block of a compound is a molecule. Otherwise, the building block of a simple element is an atom. This is similar. The compound, Sanskrit compounds. Bhagavad Gita has its own store of wonderful compounds. In the 4th chapter, there is a compound. Nanagni dagda karmanam tamahu panditam buddha. Nanagni dagda karma is the compound. Nana, Agni, Dagda, Karma. 4 words come together to form a compound. And Jnana is knowledge, Agni is fire, Dagda is burnt, Karma is action. She or he whose actions and results of actions are burnt by the fire of knowledge. That is the meaning of the compound. When I teach compounds in some Sanskrit class, I share my memory. In 1993, first time I went to USA, and one day I was just walking around my neighborhood. I saw a big board, coin wash. I mistook it. I thought old coins are brought here to wash them and get them cleaned. Then I understood. In America, where you have that board, coin wash, it is a big facility where people who don't have their own washing machines can bring their soiled clothes. And in order to use those machines over there, you need to carry some coins, some quarters or dollars, etc. has to be put. You put coins into a slit, and then the machine will run for 1 hour, maybe half an hour, maybe. You wash your. So, see, it's a compound, coin wash. It's a place to wash your clothes where you need to put a coin into a slit. That would be Vigraha Vakya. You have Samasa, then you have Vigraha Vakya. There is a lot of fun in grammar, in every language, in Sanskrit too. Lot of. A poor man went to a king and said, "Give me some help. I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I don't have enough clothes to wear." The king said, "Surely. I always help people, but I never help anybody without their doing something. You do something, you show some talent. Can you do something? Can you display something?" The man said, "Actually, I am a very poor fellow. I didn't even go much to school. However, I compose little stanzas. If it entertains you, if you find it interesting, I'll sing before you a shloka composed by me only." The king said, "Oh, that's wonderful. I love poetry. I love Sanskrit. Sing a shloka. I would like to hear what you have composed." And that shloka gives a very good example of how a single word interpreted in one way gives a certain meaning, interpreted in another way gives the opposite meaning. That is, interpreted in one way, it is Tatpurusha Samasa. Interpreted in another way, the way it is interpreted, it is Bahuvrihi. Now the shloka is simple. Aham cha tvam cha Rajendra Lokanathau Ubhavapi. Bahuvrihi Samasoham Shashti Tatpurusho Bhavan. That's the shloka. Now you may say, what shloka? You read it like prose. No, I did not put it to a tune. Aham chatvam charajendra lokanatha vubhavapi bahuvrihi samasoham shashti tatpurusho bhavan. It's an anushtup chandas. So what does it mean? You too are Lokanatha. I too am Lokanatha. The difference is you are Shashti Tatpurusha, Lokasya Natha. You are the boss. You are the master. You are the ruler of the whole world. Everybody bows down before you. Whereas I am also Lokanatha, but Bahuvri Samasa. That means Lokaha Nathaha Yasya Saha. Or Lokaha Nathaha Yasya Saha. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry is above me. I have nobody below me. The whole world bosses over me, therefore I am Lokanatha. And you rule over the whole world, therefore you are Lokanatha. Loka is the world and Natha is boss. So we have compounds here. Aneka Varnam. Shankaracharya explains. Aneke Varnaha Bhayankaraha. Nana Sanstanaha. Positioned or placed in many places or in many ways. Yasmin Tvai Tvam Tvam Aneka Varnam. So you are one in whom there are many forms, many colors, many sounds we are able to see. Vyattananam. Vyattani means vivratani. Vivrata means open. A door is open. Vivrata. If a door is closed or a vessel is closed, then the word is pihita. Pihita is closed and vivrata is open. When Yama in Kathopanishad is very pleased with Nachiketa, he first compliments Nachiketa before giving him the desired teaching. Vivratagam sadma Nachiketa sammanye, he says. O Nachiketa, sadma here means the doors of heaven. Sadma literally means an abode, a bungalow, or a big mansion. But the reference is the mansion of good fortune, the mansion of heavenly happiness. Vivratam. Nachiketa is complimented thereby. Vyatta means vivrata. Vyattani vivratani ananani mukhani yasmin tvai tam tvam vyattananam. Oh Sri Krishna, in you I see countless mouths that are all open, most of them in frightening form. Deepta Vishala Netram. Deeptani means Prajwalitani. Vishalani means Vistirnani, wide and big. Netrani yasmin tvaitam tvam Vishala Netram. Deepta Vishala Netram. So eyes have two adjectives here. Deepta and Vishala. Lit, lighted up, and wide and broad. Drishtva hitvam pravyatitantaratma. Oh, some places Bhashyakara is so patient. He is on that very high level of Vedanta wisdom, but some places, everywhere he doesn't do. Some places he is so patient. For those whose Sanskrit may be weak, he gives the Vigraha Vakya. Pravyatita antaratma means pravyatitaha, agitated, prabhitaha, frightened, terrified. Antaratma is manaha. Yasya mama soham pravyatita antaratma. Son, being so, dhrutim dhairyam na vindami, na labhe, I do not get. I lost it. All my courage has vanished. Shamam na vindami. Shama is upashamana. Shama is manastushtim. Simple verse, however, it is important for us to fully visualize this scenario. Arjuna continues, Danshtrakaralani chate mukhani दृष्ट्वैव कालानलसन्निभानि दिशो न जाने न लवे च शर्म प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास दिशः न जाने I am so terrified. I am so lost. I don't know the directions. Where is north, where is south? Or it also can mean figuratively. I don't know what to do, where to go. Because directions, as you know, mean in context of morality, what is the right thing to do now? Stephen Covey uses a figurative expression. Have you found your North Pole? North Pole, as you know, refers to the North, true North. Sometimes it's called true North. I guess he uses the expression true North. You mistake some direction to be north and you get going. Then you find that you had wrong directions. True north is thus figurative towards dharma, true north. So Arjuna says, I don't know now what I should do. Please guide me. Sharma na labhe. Sharma again is shanti. Sharma is serenity. I'm not able to bring myself back to a serene disposition. Prasida, be favorable to me here. Prasanno bhava. Prasida means prasanno bhava devesha jagannivasa. In you the whole world lives, or you live in the whole world. Here also the compound can be explained in two ways. Danshtra karalani, having on some of your faces very frightening, long, huge teeth are coming out. Such are your faces, your mouths. Kalanala sannibhani tani mukhani. Those faces are comparable. Sannibha means comparable with Kalanala. Anala is fire. Kala is fire that brings death. Referring to Pralaya Kala. It is said there is something called Pralaya, the final dissolution. The most popular versions are where the whole creation is submerged in water. Otherwise, the whole creation is brought to an end by an engulfing fire. Drishtva te mukani disho na jane. I don't know any direction. I am completely lost. Shankara explains Kasmat. Why is it so frightening? Danshtra karalani. Danshtrabihi karalani vikritani te mukhani. Your face looks so frightening. It's not something that brings us peace. It takes away our peace. How? Because of all these huge teeth protruding from your faces. Drishtva upalabhya kalanala sannibhani. Pralaya kale lokanam dahakaha agnihi kalanala. That's a comparison. Tat sannibhani. Kalanala sadrishani. Sanniba, sadrisha are synonyms. Ityetat. Dishaha purva apara vivekena na jane. I do not know. Shankara straight away goes to that figurative meaning, not the physical directions. Purva apara vivekena. When you know what to do, you have a very good sense of the past, purva, and future, apara, or past, distant past. Apara means the recent past. Many a time to decide on some course of action, we need to know its background. Knowing the background, we take decisions. Sometimes somebody would have made a mistake this morning, but you know how for years she had done great service. She had sacrificed a lot for the organization, for the family. Looking at all that, that is Purva. And Apara is this morning she broke some glass or she ruined something or whatever. You say that's all right. If it were somebody else, we would have dismissed her, we would have punished her in some way. So the right way is to condone, to be a little broad minded, to be a little generous. It's not compromise then. It's not breaking principles. Then it is a certain sense of various other factors that are involved. So Purva Apara Vivekam. Purva Apara thus is a very nice idiomatic expression with right understanding of the background of a matter and how it seems at this present moment. Therefore, in all leadership, management, they say you need to have experienced people. For life gets enriched by experiences, people who have gained experience. Not all who go through experiences learn. There are those who go through experiences only to get more deluded. Alas, if life were to teach just like that, somebody has spent many years in Europe, let us say, many years in the Gulf. He has spent 15 years in the Gulf countries. He has worked for 15 years. Now he is joining our company. Let us give him a red carpet welcome. Hold on. The question is, what did he do in those 15 years? And when you dig into it, both possibilities emerge. One is 15 years he worked so well in the Gulf countries, let us say. On the day he left to return to India, there were tears in the eyes of everybody. They did not want him to go back. Another extreme possibility, there are in between also possibilities. Another extreme possibility is the day he left Dubai or Bahrain, people there were so relieved. Thank God he is not between amidst us anymore. So you and I have to find out where we belong. All of us have gained a lot of experience. Sometimes I used to, in olden days, I used to become very envious when at the backside of a book there is something written. The author researched this topic for 35 years. After 35 years of intense research on this topic, he has written this book. I used to say, oh my God, when will I do such intense research? In my life, I am just moving from this to that and that to this. No focus. This author must be. And many a time I have met such authors later on. And what I find, he himself admits, 35 years ago, this topic had interested me. Then, I got distracted. I got distracted by all sorts of things. But last 6 months, I picked it up again. But some publisher will write such things. After 35 years of research, what research? You got older by 35 years. You hardly did extensive research. You hardly were intense about what you are doing. In spiritual field also, we get some brief, very 50 words biography of somebody. This speaker is coming and he has done tapas for 42 years in the Himalayas. Later on, we find that it is true, 42 years he was in Himalayan places. But he did not do much sadhana over there. And he practically fought with everybody in the ashrams there. He moved from one ashram to another, and so on. So I need not go very far. Purvapara Viveka, being able to see things rightly, has no one-to-one connection with how many years you have spent in some field of work, how much you learnt. how much you learnt. Some of us learn within 6 months or a year so much of intricacies of a field. Some of us drag on, pull on for many years. My hair stand on their ends when I learned that Swami Chinmayanandaji spent hardly 2 years with Swami Tapovanam. Hardly 2 years. But today, everywhere in Chinmaya centers, Tapovan Maharaj is rightly called the Guru of Swami Chinmayananda, and Swami Chinmayanandaji received all the knowledge and so on. So by spending 2 years, everybody won't get it. This particular Swami, who had already become Swami from taking Diksha from Swami Shivananda, went 2 years to Uttarkashi and studied a couple of Upanishads, I guess, and some Panchadashi or something. Not much, you know. Many of us in 2 years have studied some 35, 40 texts. Some of us, like me, have taught 35, 40 texts in 2 years. But what Swami Chinmayanandaji got in those 2 years, thanks to his sincere, dedicated, focused, with Dhruti. Dhruti came in the last shloka, took him to such great heights. So quality consciousness is, of course, very important. Arjuna admits, Purvapara Vivekena, whatever sense of direction I would get, I don't have that. Na jane, ding moodaha jataha asmi. Ding moodaha. Dik means direction. By Sandhi it becomes ding moodaha. Shankara Bhāshya has the word ding moodaha. Ding moodo jatosmi ataha na labe na cha upalabe, or na labe cha na upalabe cha. Sharma means sukham. I have no peace of mind, no happiness. This world is full of such cases. People in high positions, glittering, environments. Everybody would envy them. Meet them privately. How is everything? The lady would say, I have everything but no peace of mind. Oh, you are like me. Okay. Then you return. Everybody is without any peace of mind. Ata prasida prasanno bhava he devesha jagannivasa. Adi Shankara doesn't explain these two compounds, Devesha and Jagannivasa. Devesha is simple Devanam Isha, the master of all Devas. And Jagannivasa, as I said before, can be taken as Jagat is the whole creation, Nivasa is residence. In the whole creation, Mahavishnu has his residence. In Mahavishnu, the whole creation has its residence. Both are possible. Going to 26 now. In my book, 26 and 27 are put together. Let me therefore read both of them together. And Sri Shankaracharya has a Sambandha. Sambandha means giving a connection from previous shlokas to the present one. Yebhyaha mama parajaya shanka ya asit sacha apagata. Arjuna now wants to say that a while ago while ago meaning in the first chapter, or even in the first couple of verses in the second chapter, Arjuna had said, whether we win or not, we do not know. Whether we shall win or they will win over us, I don't know what will happen. He's full of doubt. Parajaya Shanka. Shanka means doubt. Parajaya is defeat. I had imagined that we would be defeated, we would all be torn to pieces, we would all die, or we would run away, whatever. Ya Shanka Asit Sa Apagata. Now, seeing your cosmic form, with my own eyes, I am able to see all the Kauravas getting crushed between your teeth. That's the symbolic way in which the Vishwarupa shows the fate of Pandavas and Kauravas both. In fact, in the shloka, he says, some of my people also are dying, I can see. So who are going to die? Who are going to survive? Is also seen in that Vishwarupa. Ami chatvam dhritarashtrasya putraha sarve sahaivavani palasanghaihi Bhishmo Dronah Sutaputrastatthasau Sahasmadiyairapi Yodha Mukhyaihi Vaktrani te Tvaramana Vishanti Danshtra Karalani Bhayanakani Kechid Vilagnaha Dashanantareshu Sandrishyante Churnitairuttamangai. Ami means these. Asau, amu, ami. Ami is plural. These. These sons of Dhritarashtra. So referring to Kauravas first. Sarve, all of them. Full 100. Dhritarashtrasya putraha, dhartarashtraha. Saha eva avani pala sangaihi. Along with groups or hordes of avani pala. Avani is earth. Pala is ruler. Bhupala. Bhupati means kings. So with so many other kings who have all lined up or supported Duryodhana, with all those kings who are supporting him, even Bhishma, Drona, grandsire Bhishma, I see him dying. Drona is dying. Sutaputraha. Karna is referred to as Sutaputra. That in a sense, or in a way, lays bare Arjuna's psychology. All said and done, Arjuna has a certain contemptuous outlook towards Karna. Rather than calling him Maharathi or Danashura, Karna is praised in so many ways. He was made Angaraja. Duryodhana, on the spot in a certain situation, said, I am giving you the country called Angadesha. Here today onwards, right now, you are Angaraja. So, Arjuna could have said, Bhishmo Dronaha Angarajastathasav. But he says, Suta Putra. Suta is some lower caste. Generally, I guess they drive chariots. So, though Karna, as all of you know the story, Karna was son of Kunti herself, born to Surya. He is Surya Putra. Instead of saying Surya Putra, he is called Suta Putra here. Well, of course, Arjuna doesn't know, but he could have used some name known to him. Suta Putra. Though he was born, the problem at that time was Kunti was not married yet. She conceived by the divine grace of Lord Sun up there, Surya. So Devaputra he was. She puts the child in a basket and leaves it on a flowing river. And a couple find that basket floating on the river, and therefore he is raised there. I think the mother who raised him was called Radha. Kunti was their biological mother, but Radha became practically the mother who raised Karna. Suta Putra, with some kind of contempt, some kind of biased sentiment. Arjuna says, I see Karna also dying. And then he adds, honestly, I also see a lot of my family members, as well as the kings who have taken my side. Asmadiyaihi api saha yoda mukhyaihi. What is the verb here? Tvaramanaha vishanti. They are all entering your mouths. Those mouths, as said before, have frightening teeth protruding out. Bhayanakani, they cause so much of terror. Kechid vilagnaha, some are caught. Vilagna means stuck. Dashanantareshu, between teeth. And they are seen. Sandrishyante, they are seen. Churnitaihi uttamangaihi. Uttamanga is the head. In our entire body, head is the uttamanga. And their heads are powdered. Heads are being pulverized between the teeth. अमी चत्वाम धृतराष्ट्रस्य पुत्राः दुर्योधन प्रभृतयः त्वरमाणा विशन्ति इति व्यवहितेन सम्बन्धः. For both the shlokas, or perhaps that is the reason the two shlokas were put together in the book I am using. So it is said, the verb of these two shlokas is found in the second shloka. The first shloka just says, who are the people? And second shloka says, what are they doing? They are seen to be entering your faces, your mouths, etc. Vyavahitena is an expression often used by Bhashyakara. Vyavahita comes from the noun Vyavadhana. Vyavadhana is give a little gap. So there is a word here in a long sentence, and there are some other words in between. Then the verb with which this first word has to connect is found after 5 words or after 10 words. Therefore, that verb is connected to a word which came much before with a long gap which was filled by other words. Vyavahitena sambandhaha. Sarve sahaiva sahitaha avani pala sangai. Avanim pratvim palayanti iti avani palaha. So Rajanaha, the kings, Tesham Sangai, hordes of them. Kincha Bhishmaha, Dronaha, Sutaputraha, Karnaha, Tata Asau Saha, Tata Asau, Saha Asmadiyerapi, along with my number of my people. Who are they? Shankaracharya provides some examples. Drishtadyumna, on the side of Pandavas. Drashtadyumna prabhritivihi yodamukyaihi yodanam mukyaihi pradhanaihi saha. And kincha vaktrani mukhani tvaramanaha. Oh, book jumped. Tvaramanaha vishanti, we said already, is the verb here. All these from the opposite side, enemy side, and our own side. So let me come back there. Twenty-seventh verse. Bhashya on it. Tvarayuktaha. Tvara is hurry, as though they are in a hurry. Tvara is a noun. Tvaramanaha is what they call a present participle. Tvaraya yuktaha, tvarayuktaha, santaha vishanti. Kim vishishtani mukhani, danshtrakaralani. Those mouths are described as having all these frightening teeth. Bhayankarani, kechit mukhani prashtana madhye vilagnaha. Among those who are entering the mouth, some are stuck with the teeth. Dashana is teeth. Dashanantareshu. Acharya Shankara adds an expression, Mansamiva Bhakshitam, as though someone is eating some meat and that meat is getting, getting torn, getting cut into pieces by the teeth of the person eating. Sandrishyante, upalabhyante, churnitaihi, churnikritaihi, uttamangaihi, shirobihi. Their shiransi, their heads are broken, powdered by this getting stuck in the teeth. In this way, Arjuna has been praising a couple of more verses and then very humbly he bows down before Sri Krishna, and Sri Krishna has something to say. On the whole, this Vishwarupa Darshana evokes in us devotion, gives to us better understanding of Godhead and gets a better sense of the whole Mahabharata opening up before us. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.